Hey Amanda, good to see you in Punk as always. So let's take a look at this. So exercise 1 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 3 to 4 and then 5 to 6 blind cross, and then discussing that number 9. So really, really, really nice getting that nice early blind cross in before he's taking off. So even when he's way back there, so you're doing it basically as I did as well, as soon as he's landing, you're turning for that blind. Trusting that backside commitment works really, really well right there. And so there you just hung out just a little bit. So you're taking that step and you're just kind of hanging out, and thinking the reason you're hanging out there is because you're staring forward at that wing. You're not looking down over your right shoulder at him, which means you can't see his commitment till he's actually on the wing. So then because of that, you're getting in this blind cross just a hair late. And again, I'm just nitpicking with you because overall you're doing a really lovely job here. And I don't know why you did this. You did not do this on any of your other turns, which is awesome. So I'm not sure why you're bringing up your opposite arm right here. So little kind of error in handling there. So if you're bringing up that opposite arm, that should tell him, and I know you know this, to go into that tunnel. But your motion, everything else told him to go straight. But you only did that on this run. You didn't do it on the other ones. So you fixed whatever mistake that was, which is good. All right, and then I think you'll agree that front cross was not the best for him. Your footwork looks awesome, by the way. So that last step forward is with your right foot, and then look at that, your left foot, look at that right foot stepping back really, really nicely. The only issue with it was just too late for him. You didn't actually start rotating until he was in the air. So that's the only issue with that, but your footwork looks really, really great, so I'm super happy with that. And then because of that, because you didn't finish that actual rotation until he was halfway to the next jump, he went crazy wide, as you know. Okay, so, and I know you're fixing that on the next rounds. All right, so same opening here, really lovely on this blind cross. Sending and leaving, leave. Getting this nice early blind cross. This one is awesome. So he's still about a stride off. You've already done your blind. That looks really, really excellent there. Sorry if you hear some growling in the background. Clever's playing. Nice on this. So again, look at your feet. Look really, really awesome. Dog side foot is forward. You are rotating before he's taking off. He's landed. You've finished the rotation. So look at that difference in where he is. And the little decel there, it's hard to see your feet here because he's in the way. But I think I see correctly. So I think I see that right foot forward and that left foot is starting the pivot, the turn, and you're moving really, really nicely right there. So I think you did that reverse spin footwork really well. And he turned in nicely for you, which is important. So I think you like this tandem turn. I could be wrong. I think the blind crosses worked really, really great there. Nice. I like this front cross here. You're calling it an ugly front cross, and the reason I think you're calling it an ugly front cross is your feet. So you're kind of an odd angle there, and it's this little step right here that you're hopping backwards. So what I see you doing is I see you trying to get out of his way, which is totally okay, but you need to get out of his way by moving towards the next obstacle, not by kind of doing this. You're kind of shaping that turn. If we look, all right, and I exaggerated, sorry, I didn't mean to exaggerate. But you're kind of shaping his turn by doing that little hop right there. So instead, make that front cross much more directed in the path there. So that's it. It's just that little kind of hop step that you did that I think you're thinking is awful, and it was not as bad as you think it was. So this is really, really perfect. I love that he's coming in so nicely right there, and I really, really, really like this line. I thought that line would look really good, and I didn't get a chance to practice it, but I think you just proved me right that that's a much nicer closing as far as getting over to 10. So I like that one quite a bit. All right, so going in here, this tandem is looking really, really good. I like your positioning for it. I like the rotation on that front cross. This front cross so much better. So you did exactly what I said, is just commit to the previous jump and move down the line to the next obstacle. So that worked really, really well. And he is drifting behind you just a little bit, which is totally okay. You've got your eyes really well over your left shoulder, so he knows to come in. It is not a spin. That looks excellent. Looks really, really nice. And again, really good. And you're doing this kind of like a modified flick tandem. I don't know if there's a word for that, but it's working really, really great for both of you. So nicely done on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to message you when I post the link to this. I'm going to change a couple of obstacles for you if you've got a chance and you feel like doing some of these exercises again. I'm switching a couple obstacles for you so you can increase the difficulty a bit. All right, so I thought the whiskey looked great. I hope you think so too. I think that worked really, really nicely. Picking him up, and then holy crap, again, he's like a border collie over there. As far as where he's going, he could have taken this jump way off in the corner up there. But you know that, and you're going to fix it on that next round. So I hope you know the reason he went really wide is you're stationary right here, and then as soon as you connect with him, you're moving forward, forward, forward. You don't actually start moving up to the next jump until he's one stride off of landing. So that whole time he's moving out of that tunnel, you're moving in that direction, which does not tell him to turn. But like I said, I know you're going to fix that. So good job on the whiskey again. I hope you think so too, of course. So sending. All right, so I'm not in love with this reverse spin that you're doing. So I'm looking at your feet, and take a look at what that opposite foot is doing. It's stepping forward, which I'm not a fan of. And then the other thing I'm not excited about is you're bringing up your other arm. So if you're doing this like a true reverse spin, which I think is all you need right here, I don't think you need it like a flip. A reverse spin means your head is always looking over the dog side, so in this case the right shoulder, and it's only your right arm that's doing anything. So keep your head basically glued to your right shoulder. So like even here where you're looking forward, that does not need to happen. Okay, and you're kind of pausing there, and I know I'm pausing the video, but if we kind of play this, here we go. Right there, because that arm came down, right here, I feel like you gave a little bit of a pause there, which then just kind of slows you down for where you're going next. The beauty of the reverse spin is you don't have to be near the obstacle, and you get to move to the next sequence much earlier. So you're kind of doing this a little bit more like a flip, which is a front cross to a blind cross, and it looks like this is a front cross right here, and then it looks like you're turning in for a blind. So the only reason I don't like that particularly well is I would reserve the flip for areas where you really want to throttle him in somewhere. So if I want him to bypass this jump out here, then I would institute a flip and say, you need to come to me, all right? But because all you're doing is you're just asking for a little bit of a closer turn, keep your head over the right shoulder the whole time, keep the right arm as your guiding arm, and turn, all right? You don't need to, you don't need to pause, use the opposite arm, anything like that. Okay, this is perfect every single time. Love that you're getting him into that tunnel right there. So that's absolutely wonderful. So I'm not sure why you hate this wrap every time. I don't mind it at all. I like your positioning, which is in the bar. I like that you're leaving, and I like how he's landing. He's landing already looking to you. So I like all of that. So I'm not sure why you don't like it quite as much. All right, so lead out front cross I think looks fantastic. Very, very, very easy. I like the false turn that you're doing here, starting it. The only thing I would do is I would start it, I'd be in this position one stride before he's taking off instead of as he's landing. So get that done just a little bit earlier, and I think that's wonderful. I like that better than the reverse spin personally for you. Love, love, love that tunnel entrance every time. And again, I like your positioning here. I like the leaving. I don't like this wrap quite as much as the last one. As you can see where he's landing. Last one, he's landing so close. So just a little bit of a difference there. And it could have been that you weren't quite there as early, which means you didn't get to show as much decel. You were kind of in motion the whole time. So that could have affected that it was just like a foot wider, and that's it. So I'm going to kind of focus in on this wing up here so we can look at this wrap a bit better. So nice on just the decel there on that false turn. I think that looks excellent as well. All right, getting ready for the wrap here. I like the footing. And that one you got a little bit more of a pause. You were standing stationary. He's 1, 2, then he's taking off. So you can see how he's landing so nicely right there. So, and that's something we can work on whenever we're in class together, is seeing if we can clean that up a bit so that you don't have to give the pause. If you can just keep moving, that would be nice. All right, exercise 3, and doing a lap turn to start. Nice little false turn. Keeping him on that opposite arm works really well. Really easy. That looks excellent. And little running the dog's line there, and you can kind of see he's coming in basically on this line right here, and right there he turns away from you just enough to get that tunnel entrance. So that's really excellent. So the only thing, and I know your tunnel set up a little bit differently, at least I think so just because of space, is you slowed down right as he was entering. So I would have just kept moving, because you can slow down once he's in the tunnel if you need to not move anywhere because there's no space to go. But if he sees you slow down, that's going to tell him to turn to you, which is why when he's exiting this tunnel, he's coming straight out to you and he's got to push away just a little bit. So then you're stuck there handling that wing. Okay, so this one's a little bit easier because you were moving as he was entering that tunnel 9, I think the number is. All right, so trying for the blind cross. Yep, just a little late, not terrible by any stretch. It did make you slow down to get this commitment here because he very easily could have gone right beside that wing, but that's okay. And very, 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 very nice right there, getting him into the tunnel. Out of the tunnel nicely, I think. Let's take a look at your motion here. You're moving, and you are slowing down just a little bit. So just watch when you're slowing down where he is. So like I said, I know sometimes we don't have any place to go. Do that when he's in the tunnel. He can't see you if you want him to exit straight. All right, and let's see the front cross. Rotating, very nice. He looks really good. He turns so well. He stays in extension really well. He's just a really lovely athletic dog. That was, I think, the smoothest tunnel entrance I've seen, and I like that exit here. So if we kind of take a look, going, and you paused right when he was in the tunnel. That's your pause, which is perfect. So now he's coming out. It's much easier to get that wing, I think. I could be imagining it, but that's what it looks like. Nice and easy. Well done.